Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Playdate, and today we are going to make this super quick and easy Christmas card. I can't wait to show you. It is so fast to make, and you can make multiples, which is kind of the series that I'm showing you with Christmas cards. You may have seen some of my others that talk about cutting and how fast it is to cut, and this one is no exception, but let's get started. We are using this designer series paper. It is called Trimming the Town. And this would be great if you're also a scrapbooker, because some of these you could cut out individual words, but it's a cute background. So some of these are a really good background, and there is in the suite, in the catalog, there is a die collection and it matches some of these houses. So you can just cut the houses out. We've had that for Halloween, you might remember. We had where you could cut the bats out. Well, this one you can cut the houses out, but it would be a great background set or paper or for scrapbooking, or it's great for card making. And that's what I did with it. I just cut 2-inch squares of 3 of the different papers to get a different color. And I didn't know for sure what colors should I use. So I consulted the back, and it said that it is Early Espresso, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, and Whisper White. So I used Old Olive and Poppy Parade to make this card. I am using the Old Olive card base, as you can see here, and I'm just going to go ahead and make this a card. It is just a normal card base size. So it's half of an 8.5 by 11, easy to cut. And this is a panel, so it's just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So it is 4 by 5 1/4, and also quick and easy to do. I'm going to glue this right on. Now you would put something in the middle of yours inside, but I did not, because I use this as a class sample. Ooh, you can see I've been crafting. I use this as a class sample, and so I don't put something on the inside so people can tell it's mine. But what happens is somebody sees mine and they like it a little bit better, perhaps, and then I end up with somebody else's card, and that's perfectly fine. I just turn a blind eye. So these are the papers that I used. I used this side, not the people, this side, and the little wreaths, and a tip. So these are 2-inch squares. So if you have a 12 by 12, you're just going to cut 2-inch strips. So they'd be 2 by 12, and then you're going to turn them sideways and cut. And if you do with our new trimmer, you can actually stack 3 pieces of designer series paper at the same time and cut the 2-inch strips. So you can see 1, 2, 3 sheets of designer series paper, 2-inch strips, cross cut by 2 inches, and you end up with this. All right, so here's the trick. Everybody thinks start in the middle, but you don't want to actually do that. I start on one side like this. Okay, and then I'm going to do my other corner like this up here in the corner, and I can kind of eyeball where that's going to be, and so then I know about how far that one needs to be. And the only real trick with this part is make sure that the wreaths are the right side up, because you want to make sure the bow's on the top here. So it looks like this. You know, some wreaths on Christmas wreaths, even the bows can be at the bottom, but because this hangs down, if you flip it around, it's bizarre. So you don't want to do that. So make sure it's this direction. And then the dies that I used are kind of fun. This is the bundle of that came with the dies. So this is the stamp set that you could use, and it has a lot of words for the inside, or it has these stamps that coordinate with the dies. The dies are words. So let me show you the words. And they look bizarre here. So how does that even work? Well, it has 3 layers of each word. This is the joy layer. We're going to use 2 of them. We're using not the chubbiest one. We're using the middle one and the skinny one. So each word has a chubby and a middle and then a skinny. If you were to layer all 3, this would be the chubby, this would be the middle, and then this would be the skinny. And you could definitely do that, okay? But also, the stamp fits inside the chubby. All right, got it? All right, so anyway, if I had done all those, it's just too much, so I didn't. I did it with just the the ones that I just had here, but I tossed them about. I did it with just the white chubbier one. Hang on. No, the white middle one, sorry, just to confuse you, and then the skinny. Okay, so I did use my liquid glue on this, and again, you know, I'm famous for saying that this card is not going to go through a wind tunnel, so you don't have to worry about, you know, making sure that this is going to withstand, you know, NASA space mission testing. It's not going to have to do that. So if you just have a little bit of glue, it just needs to stick down a little bit. If this makes you crazy trying to put liquid glue on these skinny dies, and you don't need very much. If you put a lot, you're going to be super sorry because it's going to ooze all over. But if you don't like to try and do that, which who could blame you, then you would want to use the multi-purpose adhesive sheets. They are in the catalog and they're sticky on both sides, and you would just peel one top layer up and put your, this red paper here is Poppy Parade. You would put your Poppy Parade paper on there, and then it runs right through your cutting machine. And when you pull it out, it looks like this on the top, but then you can peel off the bottom part of the sticky sheet on the bottom, and it makes it a sticker, and then you just stick it together. So you could make this even faster. And now I am just going to use some little fragments of dimensionals. Here we go. These are my fragments here. You only need a little bit on the back of this to make it pop up. So I'm going to put one here. And I'm just going to put them where they're not really going to show. So yeah, that's pretty good. And peel off these backs and throw them onto the floor and center that. And now I'm going to use some of these red rhinestone basic jewels. These things are great. You don't have to color them. They're already colored for you. And I'm going to just stick 3 down. And since it's only 3, I don't have to really worry about, oh, do the sides first, then do your middle. No, I can pretty much eyeball 3, I think. And then you just kind of put them where you want them, and then you push down with your finger and they'll stay. There you go. And this card is done. You could add an inside, obviously, so that you can write on it and be seen. So you would add just another white panel in here, and you are all set. That is all she wrote for how fast this card is. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you see something you like, I will have links down below in the description, so be sure to check that out. And thank you so much for your support. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. If you do have one, please support them. They could use all the help they can get right now in this crazy COVID world. Have a great day. Bye-bye.